Okay. We set forth to finish the wood panels in this room, thinking light sanding with a 220 grit paper and maybe some wipe-on poly to give it a new finish, only to discover when sanding that we weren't sanding an old finish or wood, we were sanding wax. And no matter how much you sanded, it just kept clogging up the sandpaper and couldn't get to where we wanted to go. So after a couple of trips to local hardware stores and local Home Depot, came up with the perfect solution, which is to use like material that you'd use for dissolving old adhesive, floor or contact cement or whatever, and it worked swimmingly. You can see there's a panel here that we've done that way, and there's various other test panels. This panel here has not been done yet. Here's what it looked like when you started with the sandpaper. But this panel here has been done, and what we did was put like 2 layers of the solution that dissolves, softened the wax, if you will. Put 1 layer on, let it stand a half an hour, then dabbed another layer on top, let it stand a half an hour, and then used a...
You want to show what you used?
Well, we put all the tools up, so they're
okay.
back in the... In fact, we need to get some of those things back out. And then took a scraper, just a 6-inch spackle knife, and scraped off as much wax as we could. And then I will get a piece. I've got a piece of sandpaper here. And then the magic solution was to take a 220 grit. It's a 3M product. It's a waterproof. It's wet or dry. Literally a sanding screen, and we were able to actually use that to cut through any residual wax that was still on the surface of the wood. And it's kind of like a beautiful thing. You could just see the wax exuding out through the mesh in the screen. And we've removed most of the wax, got it down to a point where the wax buildup on the surface has been removed. We don't know what kind of finish we're going to put on this just yet. May just rub some restoration oil or tongue oil or something like that into it. The thought of putting a wipe-on poly, not going to do, because there's almost certainly residual wax in the wood and it would just muck up the surface. And that's the story. This is video number 127. Thank you very much for participating in our project.